Wow, this is exciting. We've just spent the last 9 weeks in the USA sharing what we have, what we know over there. And as Tony said, the response has been amazing. We've only just gotten back this week, so to be in front of you guys is really exciting. Because what we're going to share with you today is at the absolute pinnacle of human performance. This isn't just a fad. This isn't just some new concept we've made up or some new training technique or some new diet. This is tapping into the very essence, the very source of human potential, of what's inside you, of what drives you, of what creates your power and your presence and your performance and your precision. So we're going to be talking to you about how to tap into what truly makes you limitless. And that's very exciting for us. And we've been using this in all areas of life. We train NLP teachers, we train Australia Open tennis coaches in this methodology because it is at the absolute pinnacle of human performance. So I just want to take where Tony was talking about, just go a little bit deeper. Tony was talking about the conscious mind. Everyone's familiar with the conscious mind. The conscious mind is that part of you that is listening to me and processing what I'm saying. We're familiar with that. But we've spent so many years training that, focusing in that, holding goals in the conscious mind. I want to be an NRL player. I want to achieve this. I want to achieve that. That's in the conscious mind. But the conscious mind actually equates to the smallest level of influence, has the smallest degree of impact on your performance and your goals. So we need to go deeper. We need to go to another level of your conscious awareness. We call that the subconscious mind. Everyone's familiar with subconscious mind? But what's interesting, a lot of people are familiar with the subconscious mind, but very few of us know what it does and the role it plays, and more importantly, very few of us know how to access it. But where I want to go first is actually not the subconscious mind. I want to go to a new level, a level that many of you may not have heard of before. I want to take you to a place called the superconscious mind. Put your hand up if you've heard of the superconscious mind before. One person. The superconscious mind is that part of you that is the source of your inspiration. It's that space that when you're in the zone, anyone ever been in the zone where you're 100% focused, effortless, the body just knows what it's doing, it's just following perfection. That zone is stemming from the superconscious mind. And that's what we're here to teach you how to access. Forget the conscious. The conscious mind is just deciding, am I accessing the superconscious or am I accessing the subconscious? It's just a directional steering. But the superconscious mind is really that place where the perfect play exists, where the perfect timing exists, the perfect workout, the perfect training regime exists, so that your career doesn't end when you're 30, your body doesn't break down when it's 30. Within the superconscious mind is what dictates the healing speed of the body, the recovery of the body. Everything that you are looking for exists in the superconscious mind. But very few know about the superconscious mind. But we've become experts in that. That's what we do. But the superconscious mind lays hidden underneath one of the most destructive powers to your performance. The superconscious mind is this infinite intelligence lying hidden underneath what we call self-doubt. Now, those layers and layers of self-doubt are existing within our subconscious mind. So we'll go back into the subconscious. So within us, we've got this superconscious, and we've got this subconscious, and then our conscious awareness. Within the subconscious mind are every single one of the beliefs that you've been carrying since you were in the womb. Since the day you were in the womb, you have been deciding who you are and who you're not. Since the day you're in the womb, you have adopted other people's reality, other people's beliefs about what's possible for you and what's not possible for you. How long a career in sports lasts, That's one of the belief systems. How fast the body can recover. What's possible in your sport. What's achievable, what's not achievable. We all are carrying around this bubble that we call the subconscious mind that is storing all these beliefs such as, I'm not fast enough, I'm not good enough, I'm not smart enough, I'm not healthy enough, I'm not fit enough, I'm not educated enough, I'll never be like that person, I've got a different body type, I've got a different metabolism to that person, it's not as fast, my bones are more brittle. All these beliefs that we've heard from doctors, mum and dad, brothers and sisters in the media, and even some of our coaches, all these belief systems get stuck within our subconscious mind. So we're peering out through our life, not seeing reality as it could be, but we're seeing reality as we are. We look out there and we think there's a fixed reality out there, where in truth, it's anything but fixed. The reality is simply a projection of ourselves. So all the beliefs we're holding about our reality get mirrored back to us in our experience of life. Every experience you're having in sport, in finances, in relationships, in your health and well-being is a direct reflection of every single belief you're holding in your subconscious mind. And you're not aware of them. They're behind your awareness. And they just get firing and firing. All the reactions you have to life and situations, that's you bumping into your belief systems. So what you're experiencing in terms of your performance is your subconscious mind capping what's possible. Have you ever heard how to train a flea? Anyone ever heard how to train a flea? Fleas can jump like 100 times their height. The way you train them, you put them in a jar and all of a sudden they keep bumping into a ceiling and they stop. That's as high as they get to jump. Well, the subconscious mind is very similar. It acts like a thermostat. When you reach the full extent of who you believe you are and what's possible, you stop jumping. The thermostat kicks in and turns you off. That's where self-sabotage comes in. You've reached the full extent of what you believe to be possible. So all these beliefs are coming from self-doubt that I'm not enough, I'm not fast enough, I'm not good enough, I'll never make it. That's self-sabotage. That creates behaviours that shortchange you later on in life. So the subconscious mind is essentially fictitious. You go back to the times where you inherited these beliefs, they weren't true at all. And so many of these beliefs that we experienced when we were in school, we could have been daydreaming in a classroom. And the teacher is trying to teach us something and we're so caught up in our daydream, they start yelling at us because we don't know what we're doing. We start thinking we're stupid. But it wasn't because we were stupid, it was because we were daydreaming. Yeah. So we inherit all these different beliefs and we relate to them as if they're the truth. But the interesting thing about beliefs are they're all fictitious. They were made in error. But we relate to them as if they're truth. Now, something else very interesting about beliefs. Not only are they being reflected in every single one of your experiences in life, but your physical body is the most immediate feedback loop to your belief system. Your health and your well-being is reflecting all of your beliefs because you live within a thought-reactive system that is trying to communicate back to you how you perceive your life and your reality. Whether you're getting fatigue, whether you're getting migraines, whether you're having eating disorders or any of these things, any symptom in the body is your body trying to say, hey, who you see yourself to be, the reality that you think is real is not the truth. So your physical body is this direct feedback system to show you what beliefs are hidden from you that you're not aware of. So if you want to increase recovery, you want to increase longevity in your careers, you want to push new boundaries in performance, well, what we need to do is we need to clean up the subconscious mind. Wherever there's a limiting belief within the subconscious mind, there's a cap on your performance. There's a cap on your perspective, your reality. The more you can free up your subconscious mind, the more we tap into the superconscious. That's the zone. The superconscious mind already exists as perfection. You are already perfect. Anyone relate to themselves as that? Hey, put your hand up if you see yourself as already perfect. Eliza, well, you are, my dear. You are already perfect. Every single one of you is already perfect, flawless in every way. You are a genius, a sublime genius, but you don't know that, do you? You were never told that when it counted, but you are. Perfection already exists within you, but what's gotten in the way of perfection is all these beliefs. I'm not enough, I'm not smart enough, I don't fit in, I don't fit the mold, I'm the wrong color, I've got the wrong hairstyle, all these things. They're laid and laid and laid and laid upon perfection. You are already perfect. I'm not just trying to flatter you. Genuinely mean that. It's true. You are already perfect. So the role in taking you guys to a whole new level is not to add to you. How can perfection be added to? But rather to remove from you, to take away that which is untrue, to take away all these beliefs and false perspectives that you guys have been carrying. And that's what we do at Be Limitless. We remove all that guff, all that limitation from view. And once you see yourself more and more as perfect, guess what? Your body reflects that, your performance reflects that, your life reflects that. We live in this amazing reality. I'm not sure if any of you know this. Our reality is actually designed to mirror back to us what we think of it. If we see ourselves as big, we have a big experience of life. If we see ourselves as small, we have a very mediocre experience of life. We live in this dynamic reality that is not fixed, but rather mirrors what is believed about it. So if you want to take your performance to an ultimate level, you have to change your beliefs about yourself, about your reality. The 4-minute mile is a perfect example. That was just a belief you could not achieve under a mile. Every time we shatter the beliefs, we shatter the performance. And as soon as we shift a subconscious belief, it is mirrored back to us in physical reality. Financial, just the same as performance in every area of life. So the process we work through at Be Limitless is to peel away all these layers of limiting beliefs to make room for the superconscious, to allow your body to thrive and recover faster, to teach you how to immediately switch on stillness, total stillness in your thoughts, to be perfectly at focus, to immediately clear yourself of self-doubt that doesn't interrupt your play and your precision, to teach you how to access your own subconscious mind so you can clear away any limiting beliefs for yourself. And that's just a snapshot of some of the things we do at Be Limitless. I'd like to do a demonstration shortly of some of the processes that we work through. But before I do, I just wanted to ask if anyone has any questions so far. Does it make sense what I'm saying? Is that everyone understand? It's pretty high level stuff. It's very advanced. But does everyone understand? Yeah? I told you you're perfect. You get it. Awesome. Yeah. So where I'd like to do, as I said, I'd like to get some volunteers shortly, and we're going to demonstrate the process of how to tap in and work at the subconscious level to clear away the limiting beliefs. But before I do that, I want to bring in another revolutionary concept. Because if we're to work at the subconscious level, if there are all these limiting beliefs there, how do we access them? If they're inside your head, sorry, what's your name? Seb? Seb, if they're inside your head, how do we know what the limiting beliefs are? Is that a fair question? Are you wondering that? Well, I want to bring in why we call what we do whole brain performance. And this is why it is so advanced, so fast, and so precise. There's been a huge misunderstanding about the human brain. For a long time, we've related to the human brain as standalone, like a computer's hard drive. Would you agree with that? You see your brain, what's in there, the sum total of information that's inside your head is like a hard drive. And that has been a massive misunderstanding. Because in truth, the human brain does far more than just store and regurgitate information. In truth, the human brain is far more like a wireless internet than a standalone hard drive. We have two hemispheres within our brain. Everyone familiar with that? Two hemispheres of the brain, right brain, left brain? We get so preoccupied in this Western society about which side are we, right or left. It's not important. But what is important is what happens when both hemispheres work in unison. When we're able to go into a special state, a very special condition, and both hemispheres go into unison, we start accessing the zone. Okay? And what happens is the human brain becomes more like an antenna and is not only resigned to the information stored on it, but is able to access information from other sources. It becomes like an antenna or a radio dial that can dial into other frequencies. So your brain can perceive other frequencies other than your own thoughts. You're wondering, what other frequency does the brain perceive? Well, it picks up on a frequency, one of the most important frequencies on earth. We call it thought. And so far, by default, your brain picks up your thoughts, does it not? Your belief systems, your fears, your anxieties, your goals, your dreams, your aspirations. Your brain is by default drawing on all of your own thoughts. But let me ask you this. Who has ever walked into a sports stadium and felt the vibe, the energy? You've all felt that, haven't you? Feel the energy when you walk into it. Who's ever been in road rage and had someone yell things across in the other car and you could feel that? Or you've just thought of someone pop into your head and 5 seconds later they call you and say, hey, I was just thinking of you. Who's had that experience? Every single one of you. It's because the brain is an antenna. And when the mind is still and when you go into whole brain space, it can pick up on thought frequencies. So every single one of you is like a radio antenna beaming your thoughts, your emotions, your belief systems out into the world. And you thought your thoughts were private. They're not. They're not at all. You're beaming them out there. And likewise, you're able to receive them. And that's what makes this work possible. So what we do at Be Limitless, it's like the future coach. We go into whole brain space and we tell our brain, stop reading my thoughts. I want to know what Seb's thinking. I want to know what are the subconscious beliefs going on in Seb that is holding Seb back from greatness. And in an instant, we can access what those beliefs are and what's holding him back. He doesn't need to know what they are. We can access that. And that's what we do at Be Limitless. We're working at the subconscious level, the superconscious level, the whole brain level to access the truth in any moment, to accelerate performance. And imagine knowing in an instant exactly what it is that's holding you back. Not having to sift through nutrition, not having to sift through training, but to immediately pinpoint that exact belief and go, bang. He's just got a new girlfriend and he was holding back, and bang, that's the reason he's not winning anymore. Or bang, that belief that says don't be a show-off that came from his dad when he was 4 years old is being triggered, so he's pulling back. To be able to immediately diagnose what's holding any one of you back from your ultimate level of performance. Is that valuable? It's priceless. It's absolutely priceless. And we've been doing this in all areas. We have people come to us and say, I've had a migraine my whole life. What's causing that? I've had cancer. What's causing that? I've got a business failure, relationship failure. I can't get pregnant. What's causing that? We're able to tap in and immediately access what is at the root cause of that experience in life. Tony came to us and experienced the programs and said, where was this when I was playing? This is absolutely revolutionary. He's joined and done all the training, all the levels of training. He is now a trainer, so he can now bring this into the sports world, because that's how priceless it is, or how limitless it is. So we're going to do a demonstration soon. Does anyone have any questions of what I said so far? Make sense?